All right, let's talk about something we've all wondered about. We're going to dive into the psychology behind those people who are super active in real life, but total crickets on social media.
You know who I'm talking about, right? We all have that friend. They're going on amazing trips. They have a super fun social life. But you go to their social media profile and it's just a ghost town. No pictures, no updates, zip. And you kind of wonder, what's up with that? It seems so simple, but is there something deeper going on here?
And if you asked them about it, they probably just laugh and say, oh, I just don't use it much. But here's the thing. That choice, it's not random at all. There's actually some really fascinating psychology at work, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
So, where do we even begin to unravel this? Well, the biggest clue, the master key if you will, is this concept called internal validation. This, right here, is the heart of the matter.
So what does that even mean? Well, think of it this way. People with strong internal validation, they've got this built-in sense of self-worth. They don't need 100 likes or a stream of comments to feel good about who they are or what they're doing. Their value comes from inside, you know? It's not tied to a notification number. Their identity is solid, whether they have an audience or not.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Existence doesn't need an announcement. For these folks, a win is still a win even if nobody knows about it online. A beautiful sunset is still incredible even if it doesn't end up on their story. It's all about the experience itself, not the digital receipt.
Okay, so when you have that kind of internal stability, it makes perfect sense that you'd start resisting the whole digital stage. And that's our next big piece of the puzzle.
Think about it. Social media really heaps on two big types of pressure. First, you've got what we can call artificial intensity. That's that crazy sudden spike of attention when a post takes off. And then there's the social obligation piece. You know, that feeling that you have to reply to every comment, you have to like your friends' posts back. For a lot of people, that starts to feel, well, it feels less like fun and more like work.
And here's the crucial part. That flood of attention, it doesn't feel good to everybody. For someone who just naturally prefers a quieter life, that sudden rush of notifications and messages can feel really overwhelming, almost fake. And honestly, it's just way easier to step away completely than to try and manage a whole online personality in that kind of spotlight.
Which brings us right to our next point. It's not just about avoiding pressure. It's about actively building what you could call a fortress of privacy. It's part shield, for sure, but it's also a deeply personal space.
Now, this kind of thing doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's often a learned behavior, an adaptation. Let's say in the past, someone was really harshly judged or maybe felt ignored. The brain is smart, right? It learns to avoid that kind of pain in the future. So, not sharing online, that becomes a really effective protective shield. It's a way to lower the chances of getting hurt by nasty comments or feeling the sting of being ignored.
So what's going on inside that fortress? It's a choice for private reflection over public display. It means that instead of pulling out a phone to document a moment, they're actually just living in it. And that's a huge shift in focus, isn't it? Their online silence isn't emptiness. It's a space that's full of private meaning where the value comes straight from the experience, not from telling everyone about it.
Okay, so let's put all these pieces together. When you line up internal validation, resisting the digital stage, and building a fortress of privacy, the choice starts to make a lot of sense. It really is a conscious decision to choose peace over performance.
And what this ultimately tells us is pretty profound. How someone uses or doesn't use social media is like a window into their inner world. It reveals so much about how they manage their self-worth and how they deal with attention from the outside world.
At the end of the day, it really boils down to this fundamental choice. Are you leaning towards public performance, where you find value by sharing and getting that external feedback? Or are you leaning towards private peace, where the value comes from within, from your own experiences? Now, of course, this is a spectrum, right? Most of us are somewhere in the middle, but it really highlights two very different approaches to life.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Take a look at your own profile, your own habits. What does your digital presence, or maybe your absence, really say about you? Something to chew on. Thanks for digging into this with me.